My husband and I talked about doing a Christian education for our kids way back when, before we even got married. And I grew up in a Christian school. My husband did not, but it was very important to us for a Christ-centered education, especially as we have gotten older and have seen how some of the schools have shifted to almost keeping faith quiet and almost being penalized for speaking of their faith. And so for us, it was an easy decision to decide, that we wanted a Christian education.
So we chose JCS. Neither of us actually went to Christian school growing up, so this is not something that's just a family tradition. But we chose JCS mainly because we had some relational connections with the leadership here, and loved the idea of our kids coming and being with people that we knew and people that we felt comfortable with. But we quickly learned that just that one person exemplified everybody here at JCS, and that's one of the things that we feel has kept us here and makes us excited about each school year, is that we really feel like everybody here loves our kids as much as we love our kids. They're not just a number, they're not just a student, they're not just passing through, they really love them.
Yeah, I would echo what Fallon said. We've seen year after year where the teachers and the principal, everybody has cared for our boys the way that we would expect a school to care for them. And then also the values that they've instilled in them are the same values that we want to instill in our kids. So it's taught at home, but it's reinforced here at school.
One of the biggest things that has reinforced our decision to continue JCS is the emotional aspect of when I go to a chapel or to a program that the kids are a part of. It's something that just speaks to your heart, and it's just something that reinforces this is what we're here for, to instill into these children, the Christ-centered values that we want them to have.
There was a distinct moment when our oldest was in preschool. I was working full-time, so I felt a little bit of guilt about not being home. And when we came in for parent-teacher conferences, without prompting, the teacher prayed with us, which we thought was amazing. But during that prayer, she thanked God for the humor that our daughter had. And to me, that was just the biggest sign that she's right where she needs to be, because she has such a great sense of humor, and her teacher, among a class of 18 students, recognized that gift that Nora had. And I was just so thankful that she mentioned that in a prayer, thanking God for this gift without me asking or really soliciting any information.
What makes Jenison Christian different? I would have to say the staff. I can't speak highly enough of each and every single staff member that we have come into contact with. The professionalism, the heartfelt concern and care for our kids is absolutely amazing. And as a parent, when you drop your kids off at school, they spend more time with these staff than a lot of times after a work day when you're home with your kids. So you want to feel comfortable with who they're with, where they're at, and I have never been concerned about where my kids are, and I see the love that they just pour on the kids, and it just makes a mom's heart happy.
We love the smallness of the school. I think that the people that are here really care about their kids' education. Our kids have a better student-to-teacher ratio. They get a lot of attention. If there's any special needs, the teacher picks up on that, and we have the resources here at the school to address those needs, which we find to be a huge blessing. When you have 4 kids, you have some that excel and some that need a little bit of deeper instruction, and we've really appreciated all of the resources on both ends with those needs.
I would say that the other thing that I really love about JCS is the sense of community that is built both among the parents and the families, and that JCS is very intentional about building community between the grades, even with their family groups, and bringing reading buddies, so the older kids get to build relationships with the younger kids, and it truly, I feel like I know almost every family that goes here. So when kids are invited for a play date or a birthday party or a sleepover, I can almost always say, like, I at least know of that family and have an idea, which is awesome from a sense of community standpoint.
For a family considering Jenison Christian, I would say hands down it's the easiest decision. There is absolutely no regrets, there's no question. I know it's a financial commitment, but it is a commitment that is well worth it. You know, it's something that when I hear my kids come home and tell me Bible stories or recite memory verses to us, they're also teaching us and reminding us of different things that we may have, you know, learned in the past but not always are exposed to every single day. And so if there's even a consideration, it's something that is, like I said, it's priceless in regards to what these kids are learning from Jenison Christian education.